Welcome to Bleed Blue, the SWOSU Athletics podcast, bringing you interviews and insights from around Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
And playing for a good coach was also on my radar. I didn't just want to go anywhere. I wanted to play for a coach I could build a relationship with after basketball was the end. So Coach Evans was the right one for that.
Be in attack mode for 9 innings.
Northwestern get behind Earth Capital. Looking here.
Touchdown, Bulldog!
Around here, we bleed blue.
Now here's your host, Hailey Tucker.
What's up, Bulldog Nation? I'm Hailey Tucker, your host for the SWOSU Athletics podcast, Bleed Blue. This is our second podcast of the new year, and we're joined by a very special guest in SWOSU men's basketball point guard, Kamden Gipson. Cam, it's really great to see you. How have you been transitioning into the new year by playing so many games so fast?
Well, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing transitioning into that role as a point guard, especially when you guys are playing so many games in such a small amount of time?
I feel like I've been transitioning well. Over the summer, last summer during like COVID times, I was just getting my body right. I had bad knees and stuff, so I was in physical therapy for about 2 months. So now I'm 100% and ready to play. You know, we've been waiting forever. I never thought it would be this long. So just to be able to play these games, only 2. I wish we could have played Northwestern on Monday, but be able to play is just fun.
And, you know, you talk about the start of the season, and you guys have had the best start of the season, I think, since the 2011 season here at SWOSU and under head coach Terry Evans. So how has that been, you know, starting off to such a hot start being 2-0?
Man, it feels good. I know you saw those last 2 years for, especially my freshman year. Man, like from 5 games to we're already almost to half of that. 5-13 last year. I think we can go plus 20 this year. I think we got a solid team this year. I think last year we built on that, but this year I think the chemistry is just here now. So especially adding Tarion Knight from Odessa, that's going to really help us excel and beat a lot of these teams and finish a lot of these games we didn't finish last year.
And you do have a lot of guys from the previous season here back on the team that does build chemistry. Can you kind of talk about that, how that has helped you guys excel this season?
It helped us excel a lot. You know, we got a lot of juniors and seniors on this team, so this is a very experienced team. A lot of players have played the game a lot, know the game, so and we known each other. COVID really helped us get to know each other as well, not being able to play any games, be able to practice a lot, and just play fives a lot and be able to know each other's strengths and weaknesses and be able to get, especially my job, get people the ball where they're able to score. So I'd say we're going to excel pretty much just based off the time we've had together. So I feel like COVID was a plus, actually.
And, you know, you are a graduate from Edmond Santa Fe High School, which produces a lot of high caliber athletes. And, you know, you were one of the first people to be a part of Coach Evans' recruiting class. Was SWOSU even on your radar before Coach Evans made his appearance here?
No, they were not, actually. I remember Coach Evans, me and Doug were just talking about that before Doug left, but Coach Evans, right when I think after they announced that he would be the head coach, he hit me up and said, after I get settled in and all this, I'm going to offer you. And I said, well, man, that's crazy because I never thought I'd play for Coach. You know, I've always played against him, but to be able to, I knew his resume coming in and stuff. I knew he was a great coach. So just to be able to play for such a great coach is such a great blessing.
And is that something you wanted to do coming out of high school, was to play college basketball?
Yes, ma'am. That's something I've always wanted to do. I would love to play even after college basketball, hopefully. And playing for a good coach was also on my radar. I didn't just want to go anywhere. I wanted to play for a coach I could build a relationship with after basketball was the end. So Coach Evans was the right one for that.
And did you take a visit to SWOSU, get to see the Pioneer Cellular Event Center, the one you're sitting in right now? You know, did you get to see all the amenities that SWOSU has to offer?
Yes, I think a week, he had offered me a week before my spring break. So after my spring break, it was like a Monday. It was me, his son Trey, and Big Cam from Missouri Southern State. It was us 3 on a visit. And I had seen the gym in pictures and stuff because I'm in it right now. I've seen no pictures, but when you get here, you really feel like how like home it is and atmosphere-wise, just the feeling to be on this court. And I could just tell that SWOSU was the place for me. Just walking through the campus, dorms, Union, and just the people around it, just seeing everybody. I never saw anybody in a bad mood. I still haven't seen anybody in a bad mood on campus, so I feel like I chose the right decision.
Those 8 a.m. classes would put you in a bad mood. So maybe you don't have those. But, SWOSU is a family atmosphere, and I get to see your family all the time at games, not right now because of COVID, but how was it for your parents whenever you came to SWOSU? They understood how much of a family atmosphere it was.
It was big, I know they were wanting to go to my games wherever I went, no matter where it was. And I think them being basically an hour, maybe 45 minutes away is really a plus to be able to. It's not a plus right now, obviously, because they're not allowed to come to the games right now. But when they are and when they were, I know that I find them in the stands. I know I look for my dad before every game, see where he's at, just to find him. I think it's like a routine, superstition kind of thing. But it's just a blessing to be able to have my parents at the games. Even my grandpa comes to all of them as well. So to have him there is also a blessing.
If anyone sits in the games, you can definitely hear your parents. They're one of the loudest people there cheering on their son. But we are going to transition into talking about some of the teams that you guys have played thus far. I mean, I know you've only played 2 games, but is there a team that you just get so ready for? You're so hyped to play them because that's your one on your radar?
For me personally, I know it's Northwestern because that's our rival. I always want to beat them. Even before I hit the shot last shot, I've always wanted to beat them. That's just how I was. Like at Edmond Santa Fe, I always wanted to beat North Memorial. Those are our rivals. So the rivalry games are the ones I really get the most anxious for, the most ready for. I'm ready every game, but those just hit different. It's just you can't lose to them because then you're gonna hear the talk from them and all that. So just to be able to, I wish we could have played them. Was it supposed to be Monday, but COVID stopped us. But yeah, Northwestern is the answer to that question.
Well, you get 3 more times to play your rival, and I can picture the video that Jacob Cope took of you making that shot at Northwestern. Can you kind of talk about that for a second, just how good that felt when the ball went through the basket at that moment?
Man, that's an indescribable feeling. I'm just blessed to be able to have a player like Damian Thornton on my team who can draw so much attention and create. That was just the plan. The plan was if he hits or makes the free throw, for me and Keith to go to the opposite corners and let Dame drive. He can get a lay it up, dunk it, or if he can't, kick to one of the corners. And I just happened to be in the corner. Great pass, shot it. Hard work paid off, I guess, and shot went down. I tried to run to the locker room, but as you see, dudes push me and tackle me and all that. I didn't want all the attention like that. I was just happy to hit the shot.
Yeah, it was an awesome shot. And you talk about Damian Thornton, you have some really great players on your team, and that helps as a point guard to be able to get them the ball or to be able to distribute. So how has it been having such great players with you by your side?
Man, that's also a blessing. Makes my part a lot easier because I have such great players around me, from Dame, Braylon, TK, Chris Braggs, Big Jalen. Like, we got shooters, drivers. So I feel like I should have like 30 assists a game based off these guys. But these guys are so talented. They work hard every day. They just make the game fun to play.
And moving on into, COVID has impacted every single college basketball team, everybody in the United States. How has it been practicing? You guys had to practice for a long, long time during the preseason. So was it hard practices, or did Coach Evans, kind of transition you guys into, hey, this is how game day will look like?
From the beginning, like back in August, it was a transition because at that time until like October, we had to practice with a mask on. And that was different for a lot of us, man. We was out here tired. Coach, that was actually kind of good. Coach Evans was giving us a lot of breaks, a lot of water breaks and stuff. So the mask helped in that regard. But it was more just we gradually built up on it, built into the 3s-on-3s, 4s-on-4s, 5-on-5s. But it was like a weekend. We had a break because we had some COVID problems as well. So it took us out. But we've been strong throughout this, I feel. So COVID helped our mental, I feel like, helped us stay mentally strong and prepare for anything that could occur. So I say COVID's a plus in certain regards. So.
And COVID has also made you guys play in 2 separate divisions. So SWOSU is not playing those Arkansas teams, and you do get to play the Oklahoma teams quite a few times. So I know you said Northwestern is always a rival, but, I think of Southern Nazarene or those other teams that have been always up in the league. So are you ready to face them to potentially beat them and win this conference?
Oh yeah. I think we started that with Southeastern. That was our last game. We got a win off of them, and the last few years they've been a top team, with Buckingham and Dorsky running the show for them, and Manic as well. SNU, I feel like we can start turning the narrative on SNU always beating SWOSU, and we can get them as well. I feel like this is our year. I mean, I say that every year, but for this year feels a lot different than the past few years, especially starting off 2-0 and just you can feel the energy is different. And I just can't wait for fans to be able to see it in person, how good we actually are.
And I know I asked about a certain team that you get hyped up to play, but is there a certain player in the conference? It could be, from Arkansas from last year, but is there a certain player that you think of that you're just, man, we better D up on him. He's the one to beat.
I know Adam Dorsky from Southeastern. I don't know if you saw, was it 2 days ago? No, 2 days ago. Monday, he had 38. And we always deny him. We always don't let him catch the ball. He's one guy I like to go against. I liked going against Micah Spade. I wish he was still in the league. These are 2 such great guards that they challenge me. I challenge them. It makes everyone around us better, basically. I like going against Dunn as well. I wish we could play the Arkansas schools. I like playing against like Aaron Lucas from Southern Ark. She's also another good guard in the league. Man, who else? I wish we played some of the Arkansas schools. I like playing them. I like to travel and stuff like that. OBU, I like guarding all their guards. They got Sims over there now who's going crazy. Manny Dixon from SNU's going crazy. I feel like Adam's probably my number one just because I feel like we play alike. So just guarding him is fun. He's going fast, dribbling a lot. So Adam's my number one for sure.
Man, you just gave the whole scouting report for every team in the GAC right there. But we're going to transition a little bit into personal stuff. With SWOSU, I don't even know your major. I've known you for 3 years now, but I don't know your major. Can you kind of talk about that and why you chose SWOSU academically? Well,
first, my first major was biomedical sciences because I'm still thinking about it. I wanted to become an orthopedic doctor and go to medical school and all that, but Chem 2 kind of told me that I don't know if I want to go this exact route to get there. So right now my major is healthcare administration, and I feel like I'm going to maybe stick towards that and maybe go towards the business side of healthcare. I've always been interested in business and how business works, how money works and stuff like that. So to be on there's never no wrong in healthcare, I feel like. So to be on the business side of that, I feel like that's where I belong. If basketball doesn't work out, even after basketball, I've always wanted to wear like a suit and tie and stuff like that to work, dress clothes, slacks, cufflinks and stuff. So that's just me.
Gotcha. And so you would like to play professional basketball after your college basketball days are over?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to do that.
And so, I traveled overseas. Is that something that you would love to be able to do, is to travel, to go see the world and play basketball at the same time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's something I've always wanted to go. I've never been across the ocean, so I've always wanted to go to that side. I know my parents have talked about what it's like over there. My mom and dad have been over there to Paris and stuff a few times, so I would love to get over there and to be able to play the game I love would be a plus.
Well, Cam, we're nearing the end of our podcast. I'm going to ask you one more question, or 2 more questions, sorry. But, when you step inside different opponents' gyms, you kind of feel the atmosphere, you see it, but there's nothing like playing at the PCEC. So can you kind of talk about how, you say blessed, how blessed we are to be a part of a SWOSU program like that?
Man, I know you've seen the gym, how nice it is. That's one. And then the people, the great fan base. There's no other fan base. We've played at all the other schools. We've seen how their fan base is. It's just, I feel like it's no other. It's a different feeling to wear that SWOSU across your chest. It just fills you with pride. You don't want to lose in the PCEC. It's one of the best gyms, even probably in D1s. So it's just, I don't take it for granted at all. I'm blessed to be here, take it day by day. I'm in here every day, early morning. I use it as much as I can because there's no better gym than PCEC.
And you'll miss it whenever you get old like me and have to move on. So don't shake your head at me right there, Cam. I don't want you nodding.
No, you're not old.
Moving to the end of our podcast, I always like to ask our guests, why do you bleed blue?
Why do I bleed blue? I bleed blue because I don't want to bleed any other color. This is the best. This Navy is, there's no Navy like this Navy. So to be able to be a SWOSU Bulldog, as I said, is a blessing. I won't take it for granted. I'm happy to be here, take it day by day. I'm going to cherish my time here. Tell my kids about it. They're going to tell their kids about it. There's no better place than SWOSU, in my opinion, for sure.
Well, Cam, I appreciate you coming on here with us, sharing your memories. I appreciate it, and good luck the rest of this season.
Appreciate you. Good luck in your future endeavors as well.
Well, thank you. And thank you for watching our second episode of the new year of the SWOSU Athletics podcast, Bleed Blue. We will see you next time with another very special guest.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Bleed Blue, the SWOSU Athletics podcast. To learn more about Bulldog Athletics, visit us on the web at www.swasuathletics.com. And as always, go Dogs! Subscribe to Bleed Blue, the SWOSU Athletics podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.